All right, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
All right. So this is to the brothers and the sisters in the audience, congregation, this House of David. All right. And again, the House of David website, hodc12.info. Okay. House of David YouTube, HODC Uprising, HODC Sabbath Class. Okay, we're on Facebook, Bun Yasha Allah, Bun Israel, all right, Facebook. Okay, so this is the Mosai's High Holy Day, the Shabbat. Okay, so we're going to go over Matthew the 24th chapter. So we're going to start with Matthew the 24th chapter, and we're going to go over that and see how it relates to Revelations, in the book of Revelations, 6th chapter. Okay, so we must understand that when Yahushua spoke concerning the Olivet Discourse that you read about in Matthew 24th chapter, okay, that was talking about what's going to happen in these last days. All right, so the Olivet Discourse in Matthew 24 is relating to what's going to happen in these last days. Because when you're reading the scriptures, a lot of times, a lot of the prophecies, sometimes the prophecies reoccur. In other words, when the Most High prophesies something, and let's say it happened thousands of years ago, well, that same prophecy is also relating to today also. It's also relating to today. All right? So that's why when you read the scriptures, you must realize when the scriptures say the Most High is the same today, yesterday, and forever, when he prophesies something, it happened during that time, all right, when he prophesied it, okay, but also it's going to happen, reoccur, okay, in a future date. It also happened again. So a lot of what you read in the Olivet Discourse concerning what Yahushua prophesied to the disciples concerning what's going to happen in these last days. All right, Matthew 24. Yeah, some of that happened in 70 AD, right? When Israel was destroyed, some of that happened in 70 AD. But Yahushua was also relating that also to what's going to happen in these last days, okay, here in America. And also just before the Mashiach return to redeem Israel, a lot of what you read in Matthew 24 is going to happen before Yahweh, just before Yahushua return. A lot of that's going to happen. Okay, a whole lot of that's going to happen. So when you go to Matthew 24 and 1, the disciples took Yahushua up to the Mount Olivet, okay, and over there in Israel. We've been to Mount Zion, and so we've been on top of Mount Zion, and so we were able to get the understanding, the direction of where the Mount of Olives is at. And Kazak was there. Kazak should know also. And of course the other brothers that were there, Mathathua, Kwaras Allah, Bunyamin. The Mount of Olives is about a mile or so, I think, east of Mount Zion. Okay? And so the disciples took Yahushua up to the Mount of Olives. And of course, Yahushua, they asked three basic questions, which we're going to read. Okay, but just so you get some understanding here, the Olivet Discourse was a discourse concerning what's going to happen, not only in the last days, but in the last week of the 70 weeks that you read about in Daniel. Okay, so if you could just turn to Daniel right quick, just to get some understanding. So you can understand we're about to come upon the last week of the 70 weeks. And that's how, of course, when you read the book of Revelations, that understanding of the 70 weeks opens up the book of Revelations that you read about in the Bible. It opens it up. Well, 483 years of the 70 weeks have already occurred. But that last week, which is 7 years long, hasn't occurred yet. Come. So when you read Daniel 9:24, read that out. Daniel 9:24.
Daniel chapter 9, verse 24. 70 weeks are determined upon thy people and upon thy holy city, to finish the transgression, and to make an end of sins, and to make reconciliation for iniquity.
Okay, go ahead. Is that it?
And to bring in everlasting righteousness, and to seal up the vision and prophecy, and to anoint the most holy.
Right. So 70 weeks are determined. 70 weeks represent, of course, not 70 straight weeks. It represents 70 times 7. All right, 70 times 7 weeks, which is 490, years. Come, 483 of those years have already occurred. When did they occur? When we were in Israel. Okay, from 445 BC, when the commandment was given from the Persian king Artaxerxes Longimanus, all the way up to the crucifixion of the Mashiach Yahushua. 483 years have already occurred. We were in the land. Okay, Israel, we being the real Jews and Israelites, were in the land. That's when the Mosai was dealing with us. When the Mosai is dealing with us in the land, those 483 years occurred. But when we're out of land and we were dispersed and kicked out of the land because we sinned, and the Mosai says, I rooted them out of the land in anger and in fury. He rooted us out of the land, kicked us out because we sinned, right? And so the Mosai prophesied that, and Yahushua prophesied that would happen. When you read Luke 21:24, all right. So get Luke, right? 21:24. Yeah, Luke 21:24. Just read that right quick.
Luke chapter 21, verse 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations.
And Israel shall be led away captive into all nations. So we were rooted out of the land into captivity, dispersed throughout the earth. Go ahead, up.
And Jerusalem shall be trodden down.
See, Jerusalem is trodden down now. Go ahead.
Of the Gentiles.
And it's trodden down the Gentiles, okay? The Roman Empire, Greco-Roman Empire, trodden down Jerusalem in 70 AD. And we were dispersed throughout all the nations, destroyed. We were already scattered into all the nations even before that occurred. Okay, Khan? But now, Yahushua is prophesying it. The final blow was what? 70 AD, when we were dispersed and destroyed, and the temple destroyed, Mount Zion destroyed, okay? Everything was destroyed, and we were rooted out of the land. Okay, go ahead, up.
Until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
Okay, and so now this is where we're at, until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. So now the Gentiles are trodden down in the land. They're trodden down the land now. They're in the land. They're occupying the land, and they're impersonating us, the real Jews and Israelites. Yasha Allah. Okay, Khan Yahweh. They're impersonating the real Jews. So we're rooted out of the land. And so now the Mosai, when you go back to Daniel 9:24, Mosai says 70 weeks. But the Mosai has to be dealing with Israel. In the confines of the 70 weeks, the Mosai has to be dealing with us. And Mosai will only deal with us as a nation in Mount Zion. So you're saying, well, 70 weeks is adds up to be 70 times 7 weeks. It's only 490 years. Well, we've been in dispersed and in captivity for over 2,000, from 70 AD up until now, right? Over 2,000. So what happened to the rest of those years? Mosai does not count them. Okay. So and you can get that, you can get that understanding of that when you get the understanding of the 70 weeks. And of course, I have that also. All right, the breakdown of the 70 weeks in Daniel, and we have it here for sale. With the book also Revelation revealed and the 70 weeks. But so you can understand, the Most High does not deal with Israel, okay, when we are dispersed and in captivity on that level, the way He dealt with us in ancient Israel. When the temple, we had Mount Zion with the temple there, we had the Ark of the Covenant, all right, and we had the high priest, the priests, we had the priest service, we had the prophets, understand? And when we prayed to the Most High, the angels would come down and deal with us. So that doesn't happen anymore. Not since we've been dispersed and rooted out of the land. None of that happens anymore. Understand? You pray now, you better hope an angel will come down and hear your prayer. You better hope Yahweh Shai hears your prayer. But out of faith we do it. Out of faith we do it. And we out of faith pray to Yahweh Shai and hope that Yahweh Shai is listening to our prayer and take our prayer to the Most High and hear our prayers. So, but back then when we would pray, angels would come down, they would get the message from the Most High and talk with you, and you would see them visibly and everything. Now none of that happens. Right? None of that happens. Because the Most High said, what? I'm going to go back to my throne until you acknowledge your offense. See? This is a hard deal here, man, over here in captivity. And we've been dispersed, and wherever we're at throughout the earth, wherever we're at, it's the same way. Okay, so, but that last week of the 70 weeks, which is 7 years long, haven't occurred yet. We're about to come upon it, and that's what they would call the tribulation period. And then the last 3.5 years of that seven-year span would be the great tribulation period, which you read in Matthew 24, the great tribulation, understand? So we haven't come upon that yet. All right, so we're about to come upon that. And so the Olivet Discourse is concerning that great tribulation period, that last week of Daniel's 70 weeks. So I just want you to read Daniel 9:24 one more time so we can get the understanding of that.
Daniel chapter 9 verse 24. 70 weeks are determined upon thy people and upon thy holy city to finish the transgression and to make an end of sin.
See what the Most High said? 70 weeks are determined. All right? You just got to figure what 70 weeks represent. Okay, which the Spirit of the Most High has led us to the understanding of it. Okay, the breakdown of it, the 70 weeks. 70 times 7 weeks, 490 years. So it's going to take a whole 490 years for what? For the transgressions. Read that part about the transgressions.
To finish the transgression.
To finish the transgression. In other words, when Israel sinned and transgressed against the Most High, and the punishment the Most High put upon us, it's going to take that whole 70 weeks to finish it. All right, for it to come to completion. It hasn't come to completion yet. You see, we're still in hell, aren't we? We're still in captivity, and we're still under our enemies, right? So we're coming upon that last week to finish the transgressions and the end of sins. Go ahead,
And to make an end of sins.
So that your sins will be ended. In other words, the punishment that the Most High put upon us for our sins, for it to be ended, is going to take that 70 weeks long period of time, which is 490 years period of time. But the 2,000 years, over 2,000 years that we've been dispersed in captivity, the Most High don't count that. You don't count that. You've just been in captivity suffering under your enemies for all these thousands of years. Going through hell. Even the Crusades understood we got to go back to Israel. Yeah. We got to take over, get back our land. The Crusades were Israelites. Yeah. They were Negroes. They understood they were Israelites. You had about 20 Crusades. Okay? And I'm going to say the first 3 or 4 made it to Israel. But it didn't last. Okay? Because why? Because of the prophecy. Yeah. We're just reading the prophecy. It's going to take 490 years. Or the 70 times 7 weeks. So the Crusades, even though they understood, King James knew he was Israelite. King Arthur, the Knights of the Round Table, they knew they were Israelites. Okay? Understand? So what's the problem? The Lionheart, Richard the Lionheart, he knew he was Israelite. And he was in one of those Crusades. They understood they were Israelites, and they said, let's go back to Israel. That's where we're from, Mount Zion. Okay? But none of those Crusades worked. Because why? We had to go through the prophecy. Moses said, no man shall buy you out of this until the Redeemer. Okay? We're going to be in captivity until Shiloh, until Yahweh Shai come and deliver us out. That's why none of them worked. none of the Crusades and so forth, us trying to go back to Israel during the Dark Ages, it never worked. Because these prophecies, the Most High says prophecies don't return back void. You understand? So we have to go through it. So we're coming upon that last week. And read the rest of that.
And to make reconciliation
See? To be reconciled. But the scripture says we are reconciled in Yahweh Shah. But we're reconciled what? But we still have to go through our punishment. Even though we are reconciled back to the Most High through Yahweh Shai, it can only be through Yahweh Shai. We're reconciled through Yahweh Shai to the Most High, but we still have to go through our punishment. So when your sons and your daughters break the rules of their house, don't you punish them? But after a while, they're reconciled back to you, right? But you punish them first, don't you? Because why? Because when they break the rules of the house, you still have to show them and punish them for what they did that was wrong. But eventually, after the punishment, you reconcile them back and you say, okay, you're still my son and you're still my daughter. Now I can redeem you back. But just remember, go and sin no more. Or if you do, you're going to be punished again. And that's what the Most High is showing us. That even though we all reconciled, we still have to go through the punishment. You don't get away without the punishment, because even the disciples actually have shot, right? With John and James. Can we go through what you're going through? Can we sit on your right hand and left hand? Yahushua said, can you drink the cup that I can drink? I said, yeah, I can do that. You shall indeed drink the same cup that I'm drinking. See? Yeah. Even though we all reconcile, he said, you're going to drink the same cup that I drink. You have to go through the punishment, bloodshed, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Being whooped, going to captivity, slavery. You're going to drink the same cup. And we are. But we're drinking the same cup, but we haven't even come to Jacob's trouble yet. Uh-oh. We haven't even come to that yet. We said, wait a minute, there's more after this? Damn. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, Yahushua. That's what he said. He said, look, if there's a throne, right? And to get to that throne is a narrow passage. Fire on one side, water, deep water on the other side. And the only way you can get to that throne, the kingdom, which is that throne, the only way you can get there, you got to go through the narrow passage. Now, what are you going to do? Okay? Now, you can turn back and say, I'm not going through that. Well, then no kingdom for you. How about that? No kingdom for you. But the ones who go through it, okay, those are the ones that is acceptable. You'll be tried. You'll be like fine gold because you're able to go through the fire and the water and go through, you know, what the Yahweh Shai puts before us to be acceptable for that kingdom. And you've got to go through it. Okay? Understand? And so that's what Yahweh Shai says. So Jacob's trouble is going to be that fire and water. Right? It's going to be that fire and water. Okay? That's why you pray every day. You want Yahweh Shai to bring you through that fire and water. Bring you through it. Understand? So it said to make a reconciliation, the end of sins, and finish reading that.
And to bring in everlasting righteousness, and to seal up the vision and prophecy.
See? To seal it up. The vision and the prophecy. To seal it up. So it's not sealed up. Look at us out here. We're like a bunch of chickens with their head cut off. It's not sealed up. Our people are running about and they're comfortable. Hey, this ain't Jacob's trouble. I know a lot of brothers believe so. Look how comfortable they are. There's no sense of urgency. There's nothing. Our people are not trying to hurry up to learn, you know, get back to the understanding of who they are, the nationalities. They don't care about that.
Right.
Wait till Jacob's trouble comes. You haven't seen nothing yet. Oh, you think a few here in the Shabbat service? It's going to be standing room only. Standing room only. Right? Standing room only. It's going to be so crowded, you're not going to have, no seats left. We may have to just say, take it outside. Look, everybody just go outside, give me the microphone, you know what I'm saying, and we'll just teach outside. Yeah, it's going to be like that. There's not going to be room big enough, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, wait till Jacob's trouble comes. That's where it says 1,000 shall fall on your right side and your left side. No harm will come near you, understand? And that's literal. They're going to be dropping down like flies out there. Okay, but still, we haven't come to that yet. But we're about to. Understand? We're about to. So the end of transgressions, end of sin, to seal up the vision of the 70 weeks, to seal up, and the vision of what the Most High did with Israel, to seal the whole vision. The whole vision. Okay? This is what the Most High is showing us. That is going to be at the end of that 7-year, that last week of the 70 weeks. So we haven't come upon that yet. Was that it? Yeah. Okay, so that was it. So go back to Matthew 24. And this is what, and Matthew 24 is the Olivet Discourse. All right? And the disciples asked the Mashiach 3 important questions. Okay, so you're going to start from that first verse out.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 1. And Yahushua went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him to shew him the building of the temple. And Yahushua said unto them, see ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another.
Yeah, see? So even the disciples want to show Yahushua concerning the temple. Took them to the Olivet, the Mount of Olives, and said, look, we're going to show you the temple. Okay? And Yahushua was like, okay, you're going to show me something? I'm going to show you something. Right? Yahushua said, there ain't going to be not one stone left in this thing. All right? Not one stone left. You see now, they just now digging up Mount Zion. Figure mid-1960s, they just now digging it up. And what you see over there now, just the little remnants of it that's left. Okay? In Mount Zion, you see some of the pictures on the wall over there. Alright? So they're just now digging up, and there's nothing but a total wilderness over there. When it was what? The city of David. It had everything there. The city of David. The spirit of the Most High was there. Yahushua was there. The spirit of the Most High, Yahushua and the angels was there. That was the city of David. And it had everything there. It had springs of water, the trees, the fruit, green grass, and now it's nothing but a desolation. And you go, there's nothing there. So what happened? So Yahushua said, not one stone would be left. And that's the way it is. So when you go to the fake Jerusalem, you see it all built up. You see this whole fake Wailing Wall. They say that's was the Solomon's temple, which is not. It was built. That thing was built by the Arabs in around the 6th, 7th century. It was built by the Arabs, one of their temples. All right. So it's a fake Jerusalem. All right. So this is what Yahushua is telling you. Not one stone is going to be left. So he's prophesying the destruction of the temple. Okay. Real quick.
That was on the west side?
Say it again?
That was on the west side where they had fake temple.
Yeah. Is it what they call Jerusalem today? All right. It's really about a few miles south in Tel Arad, which Tel Arad means ancient city. That's where the real Jerusalem is at. So when you look on a map of Israel today, and you see the area that says Tel Arad, that's where the real Jerusalem is at. But as you go up north to where they say where Jerusalem is at now, a few miles north, that's where they say that's Jerusalem. And where the Mount of Olives and all that is at. That's not true. Okay? Because now it's nothing but a tourist attraction. Esau makes billions of dollars. So-called fake Jews, they make billions of dollars in a tourist attraction. And got everybody thinking that's where Mount Zion is at and so forth. It's not. Okay? It has to align itself with what the scriptures say, that it's a wilderness. Understand? It's a desolation now. There's nothing there. It's a desert. Yeah. Understand? It has to align with what the scriptures say. All right. So, but the Most High was able to show us and brothers, the truth about Mount Zion, so we can go there, because eventually we're going to go there and begin to build it up and rebuild. All right, Mount Zion. We're going to do that. We've seen the remnants of Mount Zion. You still see the remnants of it. The foundation of it. All right, the walls, because they had to dig it up. All right, it was laid over with dirt and sand and everything. You know what I'm saying? So they had to dig it up, and so you see the remnants. They built maybe a few feet of wall on it. So because now they got it like a little tourist attraction. So when people go there, they see, and in it you see, of course, the Holy of Holies, the altar. You see all that in it. All right. You see all that in it, and that was the tabernacle of David. All right, Mount Moriah, where the Temple of Solomon was at, wasn't too far away from that. Okay, again, like I said, the Mount of Olives, about 3 miles or so, I think, east of Mount Zion, and this is where the brothers reading in Matthew 24, where Yahushua was at on the mountain. All right, Mount Zion is actually a mountain. You got to go up. Israel is mountainous. Very mountainous. All right. You think there's mountains in America? Let's say you go to Pennsylvania, there's mountains? No, Israel is mountainous, brother. All right. Very, very mountainous. All right. And so there's mountains and mountains for days there. Okay. So, and that's why when you read about the city of David, it was very mountainous. All right. And where it was situated. All right. That's why the Romans had a hard time getting into. It was fortified. Fortified with mountains all around it and everything. So here's Yahushua on the Mount of Olives. And read that part again. 24 and 1, Matthew. 1. Read 1 again.
Matthew 24, verse 1. And Yahushua went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him to show him the buildings of the temple.
See, the disciples want to show Yahushua something now. Okay? Because you got to remember, Yahushua grew up in Galilee. That's north. That's way north of Israel. Understand? Way north of Israel. All right? So he had Yahushua to eventually come to where the temple at Mount Zion, he had to come way south. Understand? In Israel. So the disciples now are going to show him Yahushua, the temple. Okay, go ahead up.
Verse 2. And Yahushua said unto them, see ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down.
Yeah, so he's prophesying the destruction. Okay, which we read in Luke 21:24. Okay, the Gentiles are trodden it underfoot, right? And so that happened in history in 70 AD when the Romans came and destroyed Jerusalem. Not one stone it should be thrown down. Okay, go ahead up.
Verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be?
Right, see, because Yahushua is prophesying. So, Yahushua, you tell us when not one stone shall be upon another. You tell us when it's going to be thrown down. Wait a minute. And this temple, and this was, of course, Israel at this time. This was like the third temple. All right, because you had the first temple, Solomon's temple, destroyed by the Babylonians. Destroyed, and then of course the Most High gave the Spirit on Ezra, Nehemiah, Zerubbabel to rebuild the temple on the walls of Jerusalem. Okay, so you're around, that was 586 when the Babylonians came and destroyed it. Around 516 BC, when Zerubbabel, Ezra and them restored the temple. That's like the second temple, let's say. And then of course Herod, okay, Edomite, he had a Israelite mother, so-called black mother, but his father was an Edomite. He begins to rebuild on the temple, the second temple, so they call it the third temple. But it's not necessarily the third temple, it's really the second temple just being rebuilt upon by Herod, okay, come. And so the disciples are saying to Yahushua, you tell us, when this is going to happen. That this temple is going to be thrown down. This is the temple of our forefathers, man. Ain't nobody going to touch this. When is this going to happen?
And what shall be the sign of thy coming?
Yeah, see? So the disciples are asking him, okay, when shall these things be? First question. Listen to the questions now. When shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming? Uh-oh. So did Yahushua come yet? No. So this question is not even answered yet, is it? I mean, the actual sign of him coming didn't even happen yet. Done? Okay. That's two questions. And go ahead, Doc.
And of the end of the world.
And the end of the world. Okay? So you know the end of the world wasn't at that time. Even though, you know, the disciples were hoping it was. Because the disciples were looking at when Yahushua was crucified and when he came back, they were like, okay, Yahushua, restore us now the kingdom of heaven. He said, nah, brother. You got to go through hell. You got to go through, there should come a falling away first. Remember? You got to fall first. No. That's why he said it's not in you to know the time that the Most High is given, you know, to the Son of Man. Not for you to know those times yet. You got to go down first. See, as a nation. All right. So those are the three questions. All right. And Yahushua is going to answer some of those three questions as you read on down. And he's going to prophesy of what's going to happen. So this is what the Olivet Discourse was about. The Olivet Discourse was really about what's going to happen when you read the book of Revelations. This is what he was showing John. John the Revelator, John, on the island of Patmos around 96 AD. He was showing John what he told the disciples on the Olivet Discourse in the vision. Okay? But that last week, those last 7 years, that's why in the book of Revelation it's about sevens. 7 last plagues, last 7 vials, understand? The 7 trumpets, the 7 seals. Okay? Because the last 7 years of the 70 weeks is really the book of Revelation. No, actuality. Come? Okay? So go ahead, go on down.
Verse 4. And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you.
See why he said that? Take heed that no man deceive you. Okay? Take heed that nobody deceive you. Why does he have to say that? Huh? Because there's going to be a lot of deception going on. That's why when you read, get Colossians 2 and 8 real quick. Hold Matthew, but get Colossians 2 and 8. Because there are a lot of people that are going to be deceived. And that's something, the first thing he says is what? Don't let nobody deceive you. With a lot of philosophy, vain talk, doctrine, indoctrination, religion. That's what he means. Don't let nobody deceive you. And about the time of the end, the last days. Colossians 2 and 8.
Colossians chapter 2 verse 8. Beware, lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit.
Don't let nobody spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit. Even amongst Israel, brothers can get deceived. Because you got a lot of brothers running around talking, vain talkers. Talking that which they don't know nothing about. But they know the Israelites. So don't let nobody deceive you. That's why you always go to Yahushua and ask, is that what that brother said true, Yahushua? Right. You always ask the Most High. Right. Why don't you do that? But what do our people do? They quickly follow some vain talker, some brother talking some madness. Understand? You always ask the Most High. Okay, you may hear brothers bring out things and they may show scriptures or whatever. And let's say you a brother, let's say newly in the truth. Most High, was that true what he told me? Yahushua, was that the truth? Should I follow that? Understand? Then the Most High will show you directly what you should do.
Right.
He'll guide you.
Right.
But you don't ask Yahushua. And you get guided all over the damn place. By Satan.
Right.
Satan's guiding you.
Right.
You always ask Yahushua for direction. Always. Okay, even if you don't understand something, Yahweh Shai give you the understanding. Okay, go ahead, I'll finish that.
After the tradition of men.
Say the traditions of man. Don't let anybody deceive you. The traditions of man, what's out here in the world, worldly traditions. Brother, I think I'm going to go to the Christian church. I think they have it right. See? Because why? They sound good. They sound good. Yeah, Satan got the best talkers too. He has the best out there in the world. Satan has the best religious people. He has the best talkers. He has the best politicians. He has the best athletes. Satan has the best. Just like the Most High gonna have what? The best too. The Most High gonna have the best too. Now you see where that battle is at. So Satan got his best. Most High got his best. So they're gonna sound good. But you always go to Yahweh Shai. Is that the way to go? You ask, is that the way to go? Go ahead, up.
After the rudiments of the world, and not after the Mashiach.
See, and you don't, because you don't ask the Mashiach. You lean upon your mind, but I think he sounds pretty good. That's the way I'm going. See? And then you get all deceived and messed up, and I'm saying, now you're in some kind of coven or some kind of witch coven church. That's all they are, church covens. Witch covens. And every demon in hell is there. You know what I'm saying? Alright? And so, unbelievable. Okay, now go back to Matthew 24, and I think that's the 4th verse, right?
Matthew chapter 24, verse 4. And Yahweh Shai answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach.
See? Many shall come in my name, and shall do what?
Saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many.
They're going to deceive many. You know what many means? That's a lot. You're talking about millions. We're not just talking about, a few thousand. We're talking about millions. That's what it means, many. Millions, brother, shall be deceived. All right? Many are called, few are chosen. All right? That's why when you go to 1 Thessalonians 2 and 3, go there. 1 Thessalonians 2 and 3, it tells you many are going to be deceived, right? Because they don't have love of the truth.
1 Thessalonians 2, verse 3?
Yeah.
1 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. For our exhortation was not of deceit.
Did I say first? I meant 2 Thessalonians. 2 Thessalonians 2. Go ahead.
2 Thessalonians 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means.
Oh, there it goes again. Let no man deceive you by any means. Go on.
For that day shall not come except there come a falling away first.
That day shall not come except there come a falling away first. So Israel, of course, had to fall. We had to fall first. Well, so what day is it talking about? The kingdom. Isn't that what we're looking for? That's what when Yahweh Shai, after he was resurrected and came back, and he showed Thomas his hands and his feet. Thomas doubted. Right? So, but the disciples were like, okay, this time you're going to restore the kingdom? He said, no. The guys are coming falling away first. Go ahead.
And that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
See, the man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, the son of hell. That's what it means. Be revealed. And he has to be revealed. He has to be revealed. So that means it says son, that's what? That's singular. It says son, that's one. That means it has to be what? An antichrist, an antichrist. Son? He has to be revealed. The son of perdition. So don't let nobody deceive you. Okay? That means that has to happen before what? Before the kingdom of heaven. Before Yahweh Shai come and deliver us into the kingdom of heaven. The son of perdition has to be revealed before that happens. That's what that's talking about. That's why don't let nobody deceive you. Because the churches are saying what? That you can die and go to heaven. But Yahushua said, well, this got to happen first. So don't let those pork chop eating preachers and all that, you know what I'm saying, deceive you with all that madness. Certain things have to happen first. And a lot of this hasn't happened yet. Okay? Go ahead up.
Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is the most called the Most High.
Okay, so this son of perdition is going to oppose himself against all that is called the Most High. So we're going to come back to that in a minute. But he opposes and exalts himself above the Most High. So we haven't seen that, this individual who's going to do that yet. We haven't seen that. Okay. Now we know you got the popes of Rome. They do it on a certain level. They put up a fake, Yahushua, Caesar Borgia, second son of Pope Alexander VI of Rome, a faggot and child molester. We've seen that, okay, but we haven't seen that one individual, that son of perdition yet, who's saying he is the Most High, he is the Mashiach. We haven't seen that. Come? So all that's going to happen. So I just wanted to show you that part where it says, let nobody deceive you. Okay? Now go back to Matthew 24.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled.
Okay, now read 5 one more time. Okay.
Matthew 24, verse 5. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am the Mashiach, and shall deceive many.
See? So again, many shall come in his name, saying he is the Mashiach. But the main one is who? That son of perdition, the son of hell. And then when you get 1 John 2:18, 1 John 2:18 is going to tell you. It's simple. It's going to tell you. All these things have to come to pass before the redemption and redeeming of the nation of Israel. Yasha'Allah. 1 John 2:18. Go ahead, read that.
1 John chapter 2, verse 18. Little children, it is the last time.
It's the last time. Last time I tell you this. So Yahushua is still telling you now. He told us back then. And he's telling us again now. I got this. It's been the last time since Yahushua told us back then. You've been in the last days. For a long time, haven't you? The day with the Most High is 1,000 years. And 1,000 years is one day. So to the Most High, it's only been a couple of days. To you, it's been thousands of years, but to the Most High. So he's telling us the last time I'm telling you this. Go ahead.
And as ye have heard that Antichrist shall come.
Singular, Antichrist shall come. That's singular, right? That's singular. That means an individual, son of perdition. He shall come. Did that happen yet? No. Don't let nobody deceive you. That didn't happen yet. Come. Go ahead up.
Even now there are many antichrists.
Now that's plural.
Yeah.
So why is that the first one, Antichrist, singular, and the second one, plural? So common sense tells you there's got to be an individual who's going to be the Antichrist, and then the ones who follow him are Antichrists because they follow it.
That's right.
They follow the devil.
Right.
Stop following the devil. You know how people just follow the devil? You know what I'm saying? Because why? They let him deceive them.
Right.
Okay? With the vain talk, with nice, pretty, beautiful, feel-good talk. Barack Obama, for example. Feel-good talk. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we can. Get the hell out of here. I don't even like saying it, but I just want to say, just to give you an example. See, that's a feel-good talk. And so our people are emotional, you know. They're like, you know, T.D. Jakes with all that feel-good talk. Jesse Jackson, you are somebody. Well, why am I? See, how you gonna tell somebody you are somebody but never tell them who they are? Great. It's feel-good talk. That's all it is. Farrakhan, all that feel-good talk. They never tell you who you are. See? But that's why the Most High says what? He gonna bring the truth to you through the mouth of babes. You know? Brothers are just coming in the truth. They're young. We don't have nothing. We're poor. So that's what you mean, mouth of babes. We're humble. We're you know, willing to suffer what we have to suffer, but still do this work and bring out the truth, the mouth of babes. You know, we're not no limelight. Understand? We're not getting CNN press coverage or ABC, CBS press coverage. You know what I'm saying? We don't have no mega church nowhere. See? There's brothers who are struggling like hell to make ends meet. You know what I'm saying? But still, every week after they come from working and slaving for the white man for $10 an hour, which is nothing, it's peanuts, you're pretty much in slavery. And then we still go out there and bring you the truth. And it is indeed, in fact, the truth. That's what it means, the mouth of babes. Understand? So, sometimes it's literally babes. Sometimes you can, look, an older man may hear the truth from somebody who's 18, 19 years old. We had brothers in our camp at one time, especially years ago, back when we had One West, brothers who were like 16 years old, 17 years old, out there teaching. And here come an older man who's in his 40s and 50s and 60s, and going to sit there and listen to a man who's 15, 16, 17 years old. And it's the truth. Now, if you're going to be all proud and don't want to hear it because he's a young man, well, hell, you didn't, you know what I'm saying? You didn't thumb your nose up at the truth. Because why? The young man? Okay? That's why he said, become like little children. Understand? Be more ready to hear the word. Don't worry about who's coming through. Right. Because what if Balaam didn't hear the jackass telling him, look, man, I'm not going past that angel right there. Understand? What if he was proud and said, look, you're a jackass and I'm a man. So I'm not going to listen to you because you don't know nothing, you're dumb. No. Understand what I'm saying? Sometimes you just got to hear the word. See, it's Yahushua speaking through everybody anyway. See? Right. Speaking through the brothers. So you got to hear the word. But sometimes pride takes over, and that's Satan, and then there you go. It's finished, right? So that was it on that, right? So Antichrist and Antichrists, right? So the one individual, and then afterwards you're going to have the ones who follow the Antichrist. Good, was that it on that?
Finish up.
Yeah. And then get me Revelation 13:18. That's to show you, because inside Yahushua said, many shall come in his name, right? So we just show you that many's going to come in his name. You got a whole bunch of people out there call themselves Christians. They Christ-like, but they're not like the Mashiach Yahushua. Ain't nobody doing the example of what Yahushua showed us in the scriptures in this world. But they call themselves Christians, right? Which we know is a philosophy of the Roman Catholic religion based off the Roman Catholicism. That's all it is. And so is the Muslim religion based off Roman Catholicism, believe it or not. And all religions come out of the Roman Catholic Church. Okay, Romans 13:18, read that.
Revelation chapter 13, verse 18. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast.
See? Count the number of the beast. Now the beast is what? We don't know.
For it is the number of a man.
Wait a minute, the beast is what?
For it is the number of a man.
The beast is what?
Of men.
A man. Didn't say man's with an S on it, right? It's the number of a man. Think about that. It's the number of a man. Right? So it said the beast. I mean, this is going to be like a beast-like person? Yeah, you're damn right. His characteristic is going to be evil, wicked, from hell. You understand? Totally opposing the Most High. Total. Opposite. Remember it says they turned everything upside down? So they're totally opposed to the Most High. So what the Most High has put up with his righteousness, the beast, and everything under the beast, everybody that follow him is turning everything upside down. So instead of a man, you got a transgender, a faggot. Instead of a woman, you got a lesbian. Understand? Everything upside down. See? Instead of letting the beast be, let the animals be animals, you got man laying with animals. See? Totally opposite. Understand? Understand? And instead of following the Most High and worshiping the Most High, they worship idols. They total opposite. They're worshiping religions. Total opposite. Understand? Instead of a man having his bed, the man cuts his bed. See, total opposite of the Most High. Everything is opposite. Understand? Instead of a woman wearing a dress, the woman wear pants. Total opposite of the Most High. It's not what the Most High wants. So that's why Esau pushed evil in society. What is good, what was good and righteous is evil now. Understand? Woe unto them that call good evil and evil good. Go ahead, so read that one more time from the beginning.
Revelation chapter 13, verse 18. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding.
See? Why I say here is wisdom, and then only to those who have understanding. Because why? Yahweh already knows not everybody has understanding. So that's why he said, above all, get what? Understanding. Get knowledge, get wisdom. Because a lot of people have knowledge and wisdom, but they don't have understanding. This is wisdom here. Understand is clear, man. It has to be clear. Because this is what's coming. A lot of people don't believe this is what's coming. Right? A lot of people are praying for peace and praying the Lord bless America, you know. They're not getting the understanding. Go ahead, up.
Count the number of the beast.
They count his number. Go ahead.
For it is the number of a man. And his number is 666. There
you go. See? That's the vibration that he carries. 666. 666. Okay? And it's broken down in the Hebrew the same way. Yeah. Which is, when you break it down in the Hebrew, it's a negative vibration. All right? And of course it ends up being Satan or Shaitan. Negative vibration. And remember it said the beast gonna get all his power from who? From the dragon, Satan. Okay, so he represents Satan on this earth. How about that, right? With Satan on this earth. Get Revelation 17 and 5. This will give you the understanding of the vibration of 666. Revelation 17 and 5. Go ahead,
Revelation chapter 17, verse 5. And upon her forehead was a name written.
See, upon her forehead, the her is the whore. The whore that sitteth upon many waters. I'm not going to go into all that right now, but the whore that sitteth upon many waters is the Roman Catholic Church. Look at the Roman Catholic Church today. Why is it a whore? Because what does a whore do? You sleep with everybody. And everybody that wants to have, let's say in this world, this current society, that wants to have riches and fame and want their society and their government to have, you know, resources and monies and a nice society, understand? Where the people are living okay and so forth, and there's no crime, no violence, no bloodshed or whatever in their government and in their society, they have to buy into who? The Roman Catholic Church. You got to sell yourself to it. You got to sell yourself to the Roman Catholic Church. So that's why it's a whore that sits upon many waters. And many waters mean what? The nations. The Roman Catholic Church run all the nations. They run all the nations. Okay? And in league with the Illuminati and so forth, they run all the nations. They run Britain. They run, of course, America, Europe, China, Japan, Russia. They run all of them. And all the religions too. They run all of them. I don't care if it's a damn hole-in-the-wall religion, the Roman Catholic Church run it. Because they run the big religions, churches run the small ones and so forth, and they base their philosophy and their religion based off the big ones. You understand? Same thing, so they run all of it. So you got to buy into her like a whore. And if you don't, what happens? You'll be like Iraq. Or they will destroy you. You don't buy into their, their philosophy and their so-called democracy, right? You end up being like Iraq. You'll end up being like Libya. They killed Gaddafi because Gaddafi wouldn't buy into it. They killed, what's the one that was in Venezuela? Hugo Chavez, because he wouldn't buy into it. Now look at Venezuela. You know what's going on in Venezuela? Chaos. They keep it all off the news. All right, but check your internet and check Google and all that. You'll see they're killing one another. Look, the army don't even listen to the president no more. They thought the president was about to be fired upon. They dropped the little bombs or whatever, hand grenades, and they protected the president. But what happened to the military? The military was all out there, show of force. All of a sudden they started running. What kind of military is that? Hey guys, I'm here by myself. Yeah. Yeah, they got nothing. They got nothing.
That's spreading.
You don't even hear about it, do you?
No.
Keeping it all hush hush. Why? Because they didn't buy into, you know what I'm saying, what the Roman Catholic Church is saying. Syria the same way. Look at Syria. They dropped bombs for days. Even Trump dropped the mother of all bombs. For what? You already got the country. You know what I'm saying? You bomb them every day. You already got it. So why drop the mother of all bombs? Why do that? You don't. It's not necessary, right? But this is, you know, that's how they do. You know. And if they want to test some of their new weaponry, what do? On some of those countries, right? They subdue. And so that's what they do. If you don't buy into the philosophy of the Roman Catholic Church and what they want, and the Illuminati, of course, and so forth, they're going to destroy you. They'll destroy your economy. They'll bring violence to your system. They'll bring violence to your setup. Okay? He's done that all over the world, along with of course, the CIA are their policemen, and the MI6, and the Israeli Mossad. That's the policemen of the Roman Catholic Church, all over the world. Okay, go ahead, up.
Revelation chapter 17, verse 5. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great.
That's 1-6.
The mother of harlots.
2 6s.
An abomination of the earth.
3 6s. So upon her forehead, right, the mother of harlots, the whore that sits upon many waters, okay, that you read in Revelation. But it said this vibration is upon her forehead. Okay, so it said mystery, right? This is the mystery of the 666. Understand? Mystery, Babylon the Great. It's not talking about old Babylon like under Nebuchadnezzar or Hammurabi. Understand? No, it's talking about another Babylon, a future Babylon that's going to come. And the Most High saying this is Babylon the Great. Great confusion. Okay? So America is that great confusion, Babylon the Great. And the Roman Catholic Church, they're Babylon the Great too. Yeah. Roman Catholic Church is Babylon the Great, the religious order of Babylon. America is what? The military might of Babylon the Great. They work in concert, they work together. Okay? They work together. Babylon the Great. 1-6. Now read that read it again.
Mystery Babylon the Great.
1-6. Okay, go ahead.
The mother of harlots.
Mother of harlots. See? A harlot. Alright? Because you have to buy into her. You have to buy into her system. And if you don't, you're going to end up like Iraq and the rest of these other countries. Afghanistan. Syria. You see North Korea just brought into it. Yeah. See? Why all of a sudden out of nowhere, here comes some little short fat man. What's his name? Kim Jong-un. Now all of a sudden he's going to have a meeting with the President of the United States. Just out of nowhere. When all before that, none of them had any kind of meeting with the presidents. All of a sudden now, yeah, so they just got them hook, line, and sinker. Got it. Understand? So they have to buy into the system. Why? Because North Korea wants its society to flourish. It has to buy into the mother of harlots. It has to buy the Roman Catholic Church. So that's the second 6. Go ahead, Al.
And abominations of the earth.
And they're just abominable. Faggots, lesbians, transgenders, bestiality, just abominable, man. Idol worship, just abominable. Everything is abomination here. Everything. See? The music, abomination. Hollywood, an abomination. Everything, brothers, an abomination. Hip-hop music is also an abomination. All right? That's why the Most High said, I will no more hear. That's satanic, all of it. Understand? So that's why, and then, you you took them out from the time when you had the, 50s and 60s and so forth, and you could listen to some of that music in the 70s, but as you bring it to today, you can't listen to that madness. Yeah, every demon in hell is lined up with that music. So as they put it out, the demon goes out with it. And then when you put that CD in, or that record or whatever, the CD, and the demon is with it. So you're listening to demonology. Right? Because that's why the music sells. Because Esau and his music corporations and industry, he has to pray to Satan so that the music will sell and that people will buy it.
Sacrifice.
Yeah, they sacrifice. They make blood sacrifice for the music to sell. And if you're going to be an artist that's going to sell millions of records, well, you got to make some blood sacrifices too. You got to drink blood, eat blood, lay down with faggots, lesbians, beasts, everything. Just for your music to sell. Pray to Satan, everything. Think about it, brother. Understand? Because if we in the righteous realm, right? We pray to the Yahushua, and we want Yahushua to bless us, don't we? We ask for blessings. So in the satanic world, what do you think they do? To get the blessings and to get fame and fortune, what do they think they got to do in that world? The same thing, but on the left-hand side. They got to pray to Satan. Satan, bless me. And then they got to call him by his name too. Whatever that is. I don't want to know. Whatever that is. You know what I'm saying? They got to call him by his name. And they ask him to bless him. Yeah. And that's why all of a sudden, $50 million contract. Wait a minute. How is Esau, who is the master, you know what I'm saying, this society, and we're the slaves, and he knows that we're the Israelites, we're the real Jews, and all of a sudden he gonna give a slave a $50 million contract out of just, you know what I'm saying? And he knowing you're the chosen of the Most High? Why would he do that? No, you gotta sell out first. You gotta become Uncle Tom, you gotta sell out, you gotta drink blood, you worship Satan, then he'll give you that. Because he knows what? Once you do that, there's really pretty much no return. He ain't got you then, there's no return. So the same thing with these nations out here, got to sell out to the Roman Catholic Church. Okay? Go ahead, Doc. He said abomination of the earth, right? So that's everything. That's the 666. Understand? This will give you some understanding what the 666 represents. That's it right there. Okay? And that's everything you see in this setup. Everything is of that vibe. That's why the Most High said what? Love not the world. Because if any man love this world, the love of the Most High, the enemy, because the Most High totally hates it. He hates this world. There's nothing that he likes of it. Nothing. Nothing. But is this one thing? No, nothing. All people are going to try to justify some of the things they do, right? But, yeah, but I got, Christmas, it's for the children. It's just, the Lord can't be mad at Christmas. It's just for the children. Nothing. Understand? The Most High said he called them nothing. Little of nothing. He said they're like a bunch of spit that come out my mouth. So everything that they do is the same thing. It's nothing to the Most High. It's like spittle, right? So, I know a lot of people they're gonna try to justify something, right? Okay. So you can go back. I just wanted to show you that about Antichrist and about many shall come in Yahushua's name. Okay. All right. Matthew 24 and the 5th verse. The 6th verse. Yeah.
Matthew chapter 24 verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled.
But let me show you this. Before I go there, get Revelation 6 and 1.
Revelations chapter 6 verse 1.
Because this is also going in line with being at the sea. Many shall come in Yahushua's name, in Christ's name, right? Says saying, I am Christ, and deceive many. Okay. Read Revelation 6:1.
Revelation chapter 6 verse 1. And I saw when the Lamb opened one of the seals, and I heard as it were the noise of thunder.
See? Who is the Lamb? That's the Mashiach Yahushua. All right? He's the one that prevailed to open what? The 7 seals. That you read in Revelation. 7 seals. Go ahead, up.
One of the four beasts saying, come and see.
Yeah, and one of the 4 beasts, the angel said, come and see. So they're going to show John the vision, all right, of the first seal that's going to be opened up by the Mashiach. Go ahead, up.
Verse 2. And I saw, and behold, a white horse.
Yeah, see? Behold, a white horse. Go ahead.
And he that sat on him had a bow.
And he that sat on him had a bow. Go ahead.
And a crown was given unto him. And he went forth conquering and to conquer.
Right. So, this is the first seal that's opened up. This particular person is not talking about Yahushua. This is the Antichrist. This is the first seal that's going to be opened up. And it's going to begin the tribulation period. That's why it said, we read in 2 Thessalonians, he shall be revealed in his time. He's going to be revealed in his time. And he's coming on a white horse. Or it's going to be a symbol of a white horse. Okay, because he's going to give the appearance that he's what? Pure. Okay. When Barack Obama spoke at the Democratic Convention, he was becoming president, they had the white horse on top of the stadium. Oh, y'all didn't see that? Google it. Yeah, white horse. Because they had it at what? The Bronco Stadium in Colorado. Bronco Stadium. Broncos. So the Broncos emblem is what?
White horse.
A white horse. And they had the white horse right on top. They were showing you something. Okay, read that part again about the white horse.
And I saw, and behold, a white horse.
A white horse, behold, is what John is singing the vision. Behold, a white horse, go ahead.
And he that sat on him had a bow.
He had a bow. What's a bow? Like bow and arrow? It's a killing instrument.
Military?
Yeah, he's gonna be like a military man. He's gonna have power, right? Like a military. He's gonna have what behind him? Armies. And he's gonna have science. He's gonna have politicians, the political power. So a bow, even though it's a killing instrument, it didn't say arrow, it said just a bow. Because he's gonna use everything at his disposal to do what? To kill people, to conquer people. It can be a disease. It can be some type of science weapon, some kind of, ray gun or whatever. They got all kinds of things. They got satellites that can shoot you on the ground, you know what I'm saying, with a beam of light. You know, their weather system, their weather system. See, he can use that. You know, they can bring hurricanes and earthquakes. They can do that too. Man-made stuff. See, inoculate you with diseases. They're gonna use that. They're gonna use poison. See, so it's not necessarily a bow and arrow. It's a bow, meaning he's gonna have all kinds of weaponry that he could use to do what? Conquer nations. Understand? That's what it's talking about. So a bow in his hand. Go ahead, up.
And a crown was given unto him.
A crown means what?
Authority.
Yeah, he's gonna have authority. He's gonna be like a political figure. He's gonna have authority. And we're talking about not just he's gonna be like a little mayor of the city. Hell no. We're talking about global. You're gonna have global authority. Come. He's gonna have everything under him. Religions are gonna be under him. Churches are gonna be under him. Corporations are gonna be under him. All militaries are gonna be under him. Everything gonna be under him. Everything. Now that's why they say global new world order. Because why? Whoever they handpicked to be this Antichrist is going to have what? It's going to be a global authority. So a crown, they're going to put a crown on him. Or they're going to give him that position. You understand, Con? This will be the beginning of the tribulation period. It's going to start with that first seal. So that's why the scripture says he must be revealed in his time. Before Israel, remember before the end of sins and the reconciliation and all that we read and Daniel? All this has to happen before that. Okay? Even before Jacob, all this got to be revealed. Okay? Who had their hand up real quick? Yeah, go ahead. Okay, go ahead, up.
And he went forth conquering and to conquer.
And so what is this Antichrist going to do? He's going to conquer nations. And he went forth conquering. That means he will kill when necessary to kill people. And it tells you in the scripture, I think it's Micah 2. It tells you he don't go to sleep unless he what? Kill somebody or destroy nations. Understand? He don't go to sleep unless he do that. It's in his makeup. Understand? Sorry, who is it? Micah? Micah. Huh? What did he say?
It's in Psalms.
Oh, Psalms. No, get Micah 2 and 1. Get Micah 2 and 1. That's right quick. Micah 2 and 1.
Micah chapter 2 verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
See? Work evil upon their beds. So their bed is like, picture a bed is somewhere you lay, right? You lay your head. So where does, let's say over here in America, where's the top place that they lay themselves? White House. Right? So they're in there and they're working iniquity. Who can we bomb next? Who can we destroy next? Who can we conquer next? Yeah, understand? They all in the same day. And we'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow. Yeah, Joint Chiefs of Staff, get the logistics of it and go do it. I command you to go do it. And they do it in one day. Okay? Go ahead, up.
When the morning is light, they practice it.
It's a done deal, isn't it? It's morning is light, it's a done deal. They didn't kill about, 20,000. And took over the whole nation, bombed, you know what I'm saying? Killed men, women, children. See, when it's daylight and the morning come, it's a done deal. It's over. They didn't already did it. This is how he does. So that's the type of evil they work, and witchcraft is all with them in doing it. They're the power of Satan all with them in doing it. See? That's why no man can stop Esau. No man can stop this society. The Roman Catholic Church and then nobody can stop them. Who has to stop them? Yeah, Yahweh Shai, the Mashiach. That's why the Most High said, I will not meet you as a man. Why? Because they remember, they get their power from Satan, spiritual force. So Yahweh Shai going to deal with them and destroy them spiritually by the Spirit of the Most High. Understand? In righteousness. Okay, go ahead, up.
Because it is in the power of their hand.
They have all the power to do it. See? Because when Israel rose up, that old lion rose up, right? Let's say you had the Black Panthers, rose up, maybe they weren't able to do something, right? No, didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? The Muslim, right? You had the Black Power movement and all that, rose up, thought they were going to do something, nothing, right? Nigga, get back down there, right? Nothing. You had, what's the Black Power movement now? Black lives, it don't matter.
Don't matter.
Yeah, black lives don't matter. Nigga, get back down. Stay down. You know what I'm saying? All the church systems that black people have, you have power. But because it's all divided, they're all divided, black churches, no power at all. This is weak as, this is weak as your little finger. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. No power. What does the white man say? Nigga, get back down. Stay down. Okay? Understand? All the protests, What about all the protests? Protests like crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? Protests. If you only just come together, those protests, but you got to be willing to turn it into a revolution. You got to be willing to die for it. You know what I'm saying? You could have took over America. But what the white man say? We got them right where we want them. Let them protest. Let off some steam. Nigga, let off some steam. Let off steam for a few weeks. Protest. You want to permit the protest? Oh, here. Protest here. Yeah, protest. Go ahead. We'll call the mayor to block off some streets for you. Go ahead. You know, you start protesting and start singing songs. They let you do that. You know what I'm saying? Letting off steam. A few weeks go by, you don't hear nothing about the whole matter, about what happened. You know what I'm saying?
They'd rather you do that than a revolution.
They'd rather you do that than stage a revolution, right? You know what I'm saying? And they say, okay, you want guns? Here go some guns. Right. They got caught putting guns. They got caught putting guns over there with in California. The Crips and the Blood.
What gun?
Chicago.
Big crates.
Yeah, big crates of guns. Here go some guns. Because why? The guns they give you are nothing compared to what they got. Okay, they can give you thousands of guns. I say that's his blessing. The gun, the sword's a blessing. So you think him giving you a gun, and he ain't gonna give it to you straight out. He gonna, put it in a big truck somewhere, a big 18-wheeler truck, and just put it there in the ghetto, and you go for go for it. Next thing you know, all the gangs got guns, and they shoot. They're not shooting white folk, they're shooting each other. So he give you guns. You know what I'm saying? You do nothing with it. See? Because you never think about, let's come together and let's turn these guns on our enemies. They don't never think. I don't understand that. They don't never think about doing that. That's some kind of witchcraft, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's some kind of witchcraft. Because they got guns out there, don't they? But you never turn on your enemy. It's amazing witchcraft, man. So this is what they got. So the power is in their hands. The power is in their hands to do it. So they can give you everything, but the little gun they give you, they got bigger ones. They got ray guns. They got things, you know what I'm saying? They can spot you at night. You know what I'm saying? In your little ghetto somewhere, you're trying to run away from the cops. They know where you're going, they see you. Can't go nowhere. So they got the power in their hands to do what they do. And this is why they took over the whole earth in their witchcraft. So just to show you that. So that's that first seal that you read about in Revelation 6 and 1. That's the first seal. That's the Antichrist. So when it says in Matthew 24, you go back, many don't be deceived, many gonna come in his name. How about that? Those scriptures, you go to those scriptures, and the Spirit of the Most High will show you. Those are the ones who are saying they are Antichrist. There's gonna be Antichrist, and then there's gonna be Antichrists. They're gonna follow him. Okay, come. Now go back to Matthew 24. Then you read now the 6th verse.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
So how about that? Wars and rumors of wars. Go ahead.
See that ye be not troubled.
And that ye be not troubled. Go ahead.
For all these things must come to pass.
That they all must come to pass. How about that? You hear what Yahushua is saying? Wars and rumors of wars. Don't be troubled when you hear that. Because they were talking about a war with North Korea, right? Mm-hmm. Did it happen? No. So more likely it was what? A rumor, wasn't it? It's a rumor. Understand? Just a rumor. But there are wars out there, come, right? But then there's also rumors of war. All right. But what he say? Don't be troubled. The end is not yet. See, it's not yet. Because what gotta happen? Go ahead. For all these, for all these
things must come to pass. But the end is not yet.
See? All these things have to happen, and the end is still not yet. So all these different things that are happening, you see throughout the earth, globally, earthquakes, famine, pestilence, all these different type of things are happening now. And wars and rumors of wars is happening now, come. But he said the end is not yet. That's why he said, let no man deceive you. So a lot of things got to happen before Yahushua come. Okay, go ahead up.
For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines.
Okay, now hold up there. So, nation shall rise against nation, right? Kingdom against kingdom. Well, when you go to Revelation 6, right? Revelation 6. Now read about this second horse.
Revelation chapter 6, verse 3. And when he had opened the second seal,
Now the second seal is being opened. Go ahead.
I heard the second beast say, Come and see. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth.
So, who are these people that are praying for peace? When the Most High said, Yahweh Shai, that second horse, that second seal is going to be unleashed. This horse was given power to take peace from the earth. There's not going to be no peace until what? Until the Prince of Peace, the Mashiach Yahweh Shai, return. So don't pray for peace. Pray for pray for that Yahweh Shai bring these prophecies to pass. Pray for war and rumors of wars. Then he says it's going to be war and rumors of wars. That's what you pray for, that it comes. See? Pray for the prophecies to happen. Don't pray for the opposite. Then you're against the Mashiach. You understand? He that is with me is with me. But he that is not with me, you're against Yahweh Shai. Right? You're causing division. See? So Yahweh Shai don't like that. So this second horse is the one that's going to bring what? Violence, bloodshed, destruction, death. Understand? Wars, rumors of wars throughout the earth. Read that again, the second seal.
And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword.
See? They should kill one another. Right? They should kill one another. So this is why when you hear people all of a sudden a man kill his whole family. Right? You're hearing that, right? People kill their whole family. Things are happening on levels that you never heard of before. And it's not explained. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not explained. Well, why would this man kill everybody? You know what I'm saying? And you know, people go into a movie theater and kill everybody. You know what I'm saying? On different levels you're hearing of these killings. Yeah.
And that red horse is not just Esau.
Yeah, how about that? Yeah. It's it's not just Esau. It's just on a mass level. Remember, these are spiritual, right? Spiritual horses, right? And the Most High is going to put that vibration into the earth. So it can be any nation. Understand? It can be any nation. The vibration is going to be in the earth. Okay. Con? Okay, go ahead, up.
Verse 5.
And then when you go back to Matthew 24, he reads
Matthew chapter 24, verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom.
Right.
And there shall be famines, and pestilences, and earthquakes in diverse places.
How about that? Famines, pestilences, earthquakes in diverse places. So all these different things are happening. Then, when you go back to Revelation 6 and 5.
Revelation chapter 6, verse 5. And when he had opened the third seal.
Hey, how about it? Another seal. Right? The third seal. Remember, all these things have to happen before the Mashiach comes. And what did the third seal say? Go ahead.
I heard the third beast say, Come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse.
Go ahead.
And he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, A measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny.
Right.
And see thou hurt not the oil and the wine.
Right. So famine is what? Famine is a lack of what?
Bread.
Yeah, lack of bread and water, food. Okay. With this black horse, but what we're trying to show you, what the Spirit's trying to show you, that the correlation from the Olivet Discourse, what he's reading, to Revelation, and how the Olivet Discourse is in line with Revelation and the last week of the 70 weeks. So here it says, that third beast say, come and see, and lo, a black horse, and he sat upon him and had a pair of balances in his hand. Those balances represent what? That there's going to be what? A measure or a ration. Food is going to be rationed.
Oh, okay.
Right? Or measured. Because when you read the scriptures, when there was famine, a lot of times there was like a measure of wheat sold, or a measure of barley sold at a cheap price. You understand? When you read in the scriptures, at a cheap price, especially when you read when there was a famine. And so in these last days, when the famine hit, or when there's, let's say, a lack of food, and it's not necessarily going to be a famine where there's no crops are going to grow. It's going to be where Esau, or the people in power, right, are going to make the decision to say, okay, let's make food scarce. They're gonna make the decision to make food scarce. And so where now you in the ghettos and slums, our people in the ghettos and slums, they're no more gonna have food stamps, which they started that already. They started rationing out food stamps. You know that, right? All right. They started rationing the food. Trump is giving people these care packages with crap in it. See? So that's what it means. It's going to be rationed out in measure. So the balances represent scarcity, put it like that, and things are going to be scarce and measured out. Not that there's no crops growing, no food growing in the farms and stuff. It's that Esau going to make that decision. Because he's the devil. The Bible speaks of. He's going to make that decision. You understand? Because he's, you know what I'm saying? All right, they're going to make that decision. So that's what the black horse represents. A pair of balances in his hand, and in the midst of the fourth beast, it say a measure of wheat for a penny. See? A measure of wheat only for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. Come and see thou hurt not the oil and the wine. So there shall be like a famine. Is there a famine now? There's no famine in America. Understand? But now Esau gonna make the decision to make the food scarce, and where now people are gonna begin to be worried that they're not gonna be able to eat, and their children won't be able to eat.
You won't be able to grow your own.
And then, no, I ain't gonna allow you to grow your own. They ain't gonna allow you to grow your own. He don't allow some of these farmers to grow their own food. They got Monsanto's, got a market, you know what I'm saying? They took over the whole market, where if you don't use their seeds in your farm, you can't grow nothing. Because their seeds are GMO, and so you can't grow nothing. So the farmers are like, a lot of these farmers are killing themselves. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to go against the government and sue the government, but it's not working. Because now they got a whole full market, you know what I'm saying, where Monsanto taking over the whole earth. It's all over the place now. Yeah, go ahead, Al.
Yeah, they said the farmland are desperate.
Yeah.
They no longer grow crops.
Yeah. Like they used to, right. Come. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, sis.
They have something called the Agenda 21.
No.
And what it is a ban against anybody to put any food on
Any food, right. Come.
Even in your backyard. You can't
do it. They're not going to allow you to do that.
That's right.
It's
You know what I'm saying?
pretty fair.
And you think you're going to sneak and do it because you got a little backyard, they'll know. They'll know, brother. Don't pay a tax. Do they know about it? Yeah, they know. They know it, brother. Okay? Okay, because why? Remember, said the power is in their hands to do it. Okay. Yes, sis.
In verse 6, where it says, not the oil and the wine, what is that?
Right. When you read the scriptures, right, who's the oil and the wine? For example, Revelation 7. It literally means actually what it literally means. Like when the Most High command these things to begin to happen, He's going to command the Spirit and these angels not to hurt the oil and the wine. Meaning literally, you got olive oil, okay, the oil that Israel uses for the priesthood and so forth, olive oil, and then you also got the wine, which is the grape. No, I'll tell you what, Ezekiel 9 and 1. Just so you can get some understanding of what that represents. Ezekiel 9 and 1. Remember he told the angels, and he said, get a destroying weapon in your hand. And he told them, don't hurt anything. Don't hurt the trees. Don't hurt anything until what? Until what is sealed? Until the chosen are sealed. So don't hurt nothing. So I'm just giving you an example of what that could be talking about. Okay, sis? Ezekiel 9 and 1. Go ahead, up.
Ezekiel chapter 9 verse 1. He cried also in mine ears with a loud voice, saying, cause them that have charge over the city to draw near, even every man with his destroying weapon in his hand.
See? A destroying weapon in your hand. So when you got a weapon in your hand, what's the Most High really about to do? He's going to kill people. He said what? He said, then they have charge over the city. Go get a weapon, man. Get your choice. You got one man got a long sword, another man got an axe, another man got something else. Understand? Another man got a staff, a destroying weapon. You're going to kill somebody. Okay, go ahead, up.
And behold, 6 men came from the way of the higher gate.
6 men came from the way of the higher gate. How about that? Go ahead, up.
Which lieth toward the north, and every man a slaughter weapon in his hand.
What? A what weapon?
Slaughter weapon in his
Kill
hand.
people. Slaughter weapon in his hand. Go ahead.
And one man among them was clothed with linen, with the writer's inkhorn by his side. And they went in and stood beside the brazen altar.
Okay, go ahead.
And the glory of the Most High Power of Israel was going up from the cherub of whereupon he was to the threshold of the house. And he called to the man clothed with linen, which had the writer's inkhorn by his side.
Go ahead.
And the Most High said unto him, go through the midst of the city.
Go through the midst of the city. How about that? And this is in ancient Israel, right? Go through the midst of the city. Right? And do what?
Through the midst of Jerusalem.
Through the midst of Jerusalem. Go ahead.
And set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
Right. Do you sigh and cry for the abominations? See, that's the mark. Because you wonder, well, why does the Most High bring a man into the truth? At the time you came in, you had no control over it. Why is the Most High? Well, maybe because you're one of the ones that he chose that sigh and cry. Understand? Because the Most High said the one that cry Abba, right? That cry Abba, Father in the Spirit. See? So these are the ones that the Most High is chosen. All right, and at any time the Most High can bring one of those chosen into the truth. That's why, like the parable of the laborers, everybody's working for that same amount, whatever the Most High, that same penny. Because you have no control of when the Most High bring you in. Understand? When the Most High put the mark on you to come in, that's it. You have no control of it. You can be 50 years old. You can may hear the truth at 80 years old, but that's the time. Or you may be a young man. That's the time. Nobody has the control. So set a mark upon them that sigh and cry, and that's the same thing's happening today. He's setting a mark upon the ones. Understand? Because these are the ones that the Most High choose to be delivered from this destruction and what's going to come upon America. He's setting a mark upon them now. So if you come in this truth, stay in the truth. Say, stay in the Spirit. And that's why I say the scripture says, stay in the spirit of truth. Because you can come in, this is just a building. You can come in, that don't mean that the Most High is with you. You understand? You stay in the Spirit. That's why Paul said, examine yourself whether you be in the truth or not. It's because you come to a high holy day don't mean that you in. Don't mean the Most High is with you. You understand that? Okay? So the one that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done out there. Okay, go ahead, up.
Verse 5. And to the others he said in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity.
See? Go through the city and smite them. How about that? Don't have pity. How about that? Why do you say don't have pity? Because what's going to happen more than likely?
You're going to be killing your own relatives.
Yeah, you're killing some of your own people. You're going to be killing your own people. Slaughtering them. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Uncle Barak. but Uncle, you know. Don't chop my head off, Uncle Barak. I didn't. But Dad. How about that? Right? How about that, right? Don't have any pity. Do the angels have pity when they come? No. If they get the message from the Most High, can you talk to them or negotiate with them?
Nope.
None. Look, Michael, the Archangel, look, man, we brothers, aren't we? We here. There's no negotiation, brother. Okay? Don't have any pity. Go ahead.
Verse 6, slay utterly old and young.
Your grandma, Nana. Nana gotta go. If it's Nana, she gotta go. Granddad, gotta go. Because some of them are wicked as hell, brother. Understand? They grandma and they granddad, but they wicked as hell. Okay, go ahead, up.
Both maids and little children.
Yeah, both maids and little children. How about that? Go ahead.
And women.
And women too. Because, it might be your wife. You don't know. What the Most High command you to do, you got to do. That's why I said, and woman too. Because that's a man's glory, right? The woman. Yeah. But they're wicked as hell, brother. Understand? So they're evil as hell. So Most High said, and the woman too. How about the children? Yeah. Little children. Who are these little children today? They're them devils coming back in reincarnation. Yeah, they're the devils coming back. Slay them too. So the Most High said, don't have no pity. That's what it's coming down to. Go ahead, up.
But come not near any man upon whom is a mark, and begin at my sanctuary.
How about that? See? Don't come near the ones who have my mark. How about that? So you don't think when the angels come, they'll be able to tell which ones? All right? Remember the class on Revelation 9th chapter about the ones who are coming like locusts? These demon angels, they're coming like locusts. You don't think that they're going to know which ones to touch, which ones not to touch? They're going to know. Which ones to, burden and persecute and, for 5 months, it says, and punish for 5 months. They're going to know. Okay. Understand? So touch not the oil or the wine. You understand? The ones who the Most High chose. Yeah. Okay? And he said, even beget the sanctuary. Because everything begins with who? Israel. Everything begins with Israel. So do you got to pray for Esau's destruction and Most High? No, you got to do that. Because they're going to get theirs. Because, they're the enemy. You know what I'm saying? They're the Gentiles. They're the enemy. They're going to get theirs anyway. But Israel's the one you got to straighten up first. Yasha Allah. You got to straighten up them first. They come. So beget the sanctuary, and read the rest of that.
Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house.
Right. They went straight to the house of the Most High, the temple, straight there, because they were the most wicked of all. Some of them priests. Most wicked of all. So they went straight to the ancient men. Then they went to the people out there who are following. See? Remember, you have the Antichrist, Antichrists that are following. See? Even Yahushua called Judas Iscariot the son of perdition, didn't he? Call him the son of hell too. Because why? You follow evil. If you follow evil, you're the son of hell too. You can be an Israelite, if you following evil and stuff out there in the world, you're the son of hell too. Understand? You follow evil. And then when you go to Revelation 7, okay? Yeah, you know what I want, right? Tell them where you're at.
Revelation chapter 7 verse 4. And I heard Revelation 7 verse 3, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads.
See? So don't hurt anything. So you're telling the angels, don't hurt nothing. Wait a minute. Because the angels are ready, aren't they? Remember, they got a slaughter weapon in their hand, right? Come on, Mosai, give me the command. Come on. Come on. Mosai said, hold up. Hold up a minute now. We didn't seal the servants yet. And the servants are going to be who? The leaders. The government, the leaders, 144,000. They all got to be sealed before this Jacob's trouble, before the tribulation period, before the destruction comes. All that has to be done. Well, that's why you don't see nothing happening yet. Right? You don't see Jacob's trouble because everybody's not sealed yet. Right? And we don't know who it is. We don't know who. Only the Most High knows that. Right? So that just gives you an understanding of what the oil and the wine. Don't hurt the oil and the wine. Okay, just give you some understanding. Okay, because the Most High, didn't Yahushua said all that the Most High has given him, he hasn't lost what? Nothing. So how are the angels going to start the destruction? And you got still a few out there that are not marked yet, that are still not in yet. You understand? Right? So let's give you a good understanding what that's talking about. All right. And so I don't want to go too much longer. We've got 5 more minutes. It's 5 more minutes. Okay. Where do we lead off? At Revelation, right? And it was 6 and 5.
6 and 6 we read.
Yeah, go ahead.
You want to read on what, 6 and 6 again?
Yeah, read that again.
Revelation chapter 6 verse 6. And I heard a voice in the midst of the 4 beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. And see thou hurt not the oil and the wine. Okay, so that's what that's talking about. See thou hurt not the oil or the wine. And so as you can see, that black horse was going to bring what? Famine. Right. All right. Going to bring famine. And it's going to come on a large scale. It's going to come on a large scale. But what did Yahushua say? That his chosen shall what? His chosen shall eat. So don't worry about the famine, brother. While they're hungry, his chosen shall eat. While they're thirsty, his chosen shall drink. Right? Didn't he say that? So, remember, this is coming down to what? Your faith in Yahushua. Do you believe Yahushua when the famine comes that he can feed you? Then you have to believe that, brother. Yahushua said, he said that, right? Then you have to believe it. Are you going to drink when there's nothing to drink? There's hardly no water out here now. You got to buy water. And don't go to Flint, Michigan. We were just in Detroit at the summer. You think we drunk that water? Hell no, brother. I didn't drink none of that water. I don't care what part of Detroit I was in. Because you know if it's in Flint, Michigan, it's all over the place. So we didn't drink none of that water, brother. You know what I'm saying? We try to, whatever water, we try to buy water, whatever, but, we didn't drink none of that water. Yeah. Yeah. What? Yeah, what did he say? Yeah. You can't drink none of that water. Go ahead, sir.
I was going to say that you have to have faith like Elijah.
Yeah, you gotta have faith. Right, like Elijah. You know what I'm saying? Like the righteous priests and prophets of the Most High, you gotta have that kind of faith. It's coming down to that. You understand? It's coming down to that. Okay? And so this last one here, Matthew 24 and 6. No, did we read that? Yeah. Matthew 24 and 7.
We read that.
Okay.
You want to finish up?
You read that? Okay. Okay. You read Matthew 24 and 7 to 8? Okay. So read that one more time. Matthew 24, 7 and 8.
Matthew chapter 24 verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrow.
See what it said? Beginnings of sorrows. So it's not even, it's not even the sorrows, it's the beginning of it. You just beginning, brother. I said, damn, I thought the kingdom was like in a few weeks. I'm just beginning here. What was that I went through, 20 years ago? That was sorrow to me. The beginning of sorrow. And then, all right, and then when you go to Revelation 6 and 7,
Revelations chapter 6 verse 7. And when he had opened the fourth seal, I heard a voice of the fourth beast say, "Come and see." And I looked, and behold, a pale horse.
a pale horse, about that. Go ahead.
And his name that sat on him was Death.
See, because when you die, what happens? The spirit come out of your body, and how does the body look? Pale. It looks pale. You know what I'm saying? So, he that sat on him was death. Understand? Was death. About that. Go ahead.
And hell followed with him.
And hell followed with him. Why? Yeah, because when you die, where do they put your body? In the grave. That's hell or Hades. In the ground. Hell. You understand? Come? Okay. So that's why I said hell followed him. Because when you read in Matthew 24:7-8, it said pestilences. Pestilences bring what? What happens when you catch a pestilence? Death. Okay? You catch diabetes, tuberculosis, AIDS, sickle cells, Ebola, different type of pestilences. What happens? You die. All right? That's why this pale horse, there's a lot of death out there, right? And what happens? And then people get buried. They die and they get buried. See? Earthquakes. You hear earthquakes every day. Does an earthquake happen today? Read about it. It happened somewhere. It happened. Okay? The only time Esau report the earthquakes is when it's a massive earthquake. Like a 7 on a Richter scale or more. But an earthquake that's happened is 5 on a Richter scale, he ain't reporting that. Why? It's too many. He can't report everything that's happening on earth now. It's just too much. It's too much. There's not enough hours in a day for him to report everything. So he's going to report the big thing. Like these fires in California, do you know what they're saying? Yeah, you know what they're saying? Yeah, they're saying all kinds of apparitions in the fires. They're saying angels, all kinds of apparitions in the fires. Imagine you spraying the water. Hey, fire, I got you. And all of a sudden it formed into some kind of angel that's about 20 feet tall. You know what I'm saying? And you spraying, okay, you're seeing this thing, you're like, okay, that's a part of the fire too. This is an angel and it ain't going nowhere. The water's not touching it. This is what they're saying. So they can't stop the fire. Because it ain't a normal fire, is it? It's the angels in that fire. And the fire, they got the water here, all of a sudden the fire leap and go way over there. They're like, didn't I just put water on you? Yeah, this is what they're saying. They're not going to report all that because, the elite know what that is. You know what I'm saying? But they still have to go out there and try to fight it, right? They have to do that because for the people's sake, they have to send firemen out there. But they know what that is. The elite know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just going to say, like, you just brought it out there. And then it don't be a place where there is fire.
Yeah.
It starts a new fire.
Yeah, it starts a new fire. So where Esau says, okay, we got this under control. There's 20% under control. There's only about 20% left fire, whatever, we got it. Then all of a sudden, that little spark, that little fire that's about to go out, it leaps over there, way over there, you know what I'm saying, 20 miles away, and starts a new one. And he said, God damn, we just finished one. And they tired, man. They tired. They're exhausted. See? That's the Most High. Yeah. The water's hot. Yeah. That's why you got to use chemicals. They got airplanes dropping down chemicals. There's no more water. California got no water anyway. It's bankrupt the water. Understand? So the Most High got the more bankrupt the water because they now got to spray all the water on the fire. They can't, it's finished, so America's finished. That's just a small microcosm of what's going to happen to America. It's going down in flames.
Did you see the floods on the news, like the flood for one day, how many places got flooded on?
Jersey.
Yeah, and one day, yeah.
Jersey, upstate New York.
Yeah, that flooded. And these are floods that happen where it rains like in like an hour span of time, real hard. Then all of a sudden, here comes the sun. But the sun comes out, but you flooding and running away from the water. You know what I'm saying? So, like, the most I can bring rain in a short span of time that can flood, just like the flood during time of Noah, right? So don't play with the Most High when it comes to water and the rain. Understand? Yeah.
And to top it off, Hawaii is still burning.
Hawaii still burned the volcano and all that? Yeah.
Still
You don't hear nothing about it, right? Because what they gonna report? Oh, by the way, Hawaii is still volcano, it's still burning, it's still in flames. And this is CBS News reporting. They can't stop it. So it's all over the world. So as you read pestilences, earthquakes in diverse places, all that brings what? Death. The pale horse. But remember, these are the beginnings of sorrows. Because the tribulation period in that last week of Daniel's 70 weeks, that last week didn't start yet. That's why I say it's only the beginning. Go ahead, Doc. We can finish that? Yeah. And it says, did you read Revelation 6, 7 to 8? You read all that? Yeah.
Revelation 6, verse 8. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him. And power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth, to kill with sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth.
Oh, that's a lot of stuff, right? What does Scripture say? The Most High has, what, 4 types of way He can kill you? All right. And remember it says the angels, the Apocrypha, Ecclesiastes 39? Who got that? Ecclesiasticus, let's read it, Brother Brian. 39, how the angels can come. There's 4 different types of ways. Right? See, hunger. Even the beasts, the animals gonna kill people. Huh? Yeah. Animals gonna kill people. Right? So the Most High gonna use the earth, He's gonna use fire, earthquakes, famine, pestilence, all types of things to bring this tribulation period. You got it up?
Yeah.
Read that.
Ecclesiastes chapter 39, verse 27. All these things are for good to the godly. So to the sinners, they are turned into evil. There are spirits that are created for vengeance.
See, spirits that be created for vengeance. Go ahead.
Which in their fury lay on sore strokes.
So that's what's coming, sore strokes. Remember in Revelation 9? These locust demons, they have power to torment people for 5 months. But it said not to kill them, only to torment them. Yeah. Because it said the people are going to want to die, but will not be able to die. I guess I'll just kill myself. You can't even do that. Most I said, nah, you're not going to be able to kill yourself. Yeah, how about that? You want to die, not be able, you're going to be tormented. That's worse than death, brother. That's worse than death, to be tormented. When you die a long sickness, that's worse than death. Death is easy when it comes quick. Yeah. But when the Most High has it where just the torment lasts and be prolonged, that's worse. You're gonna wish to die. That's what those locust demons are gonna bring. Okay? And that's what these are. These are demonic forces the Most High gonna bring, and He's gonna bring that vibration into the earth. Alright? So from the first seal, and now we're here to the fourth, or from the first, second, third, and fourth, He's going to bring that vibration into the earth. Go ahead, Cross, Brian.
In the time of destruction, they pour out their force.
Yeah, therefore. See, now we're coming to the time of destruction. So what are people talking about? But the thing is, with us, with Israel, with us, and we understand what the Most High is teaching us, right? If you come to understanding, remember it said, get wisdom, but above all get understanding, that you want these things to come. You want it to come, brother. I want to see it. Since the Most High prophesied now, I want to see it. I want to see it come to pass. That's what you pray for, because the Most High bring it. Because it has to come. Before we get delivered and redeemed, it has to come. But you know, you got the Christian world praying for it not to come. No, then you're against Yahushua. Go ahead, Al.
In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them.
Moses was telling the angels, go appease my wrath now. I'm mad as hell. Then Michael, Archangel, all angels, go appease my wrath now. I'm mad. Bring pestilence. Bring famine. Yeah, make them hungry. Make them hungry. Make them die to death that they deserve. This is what he's saying. Cancer. Tuberculosis. AIDS. Make them die that death that they deserve. Appease my wrath, Michael, Yahushua, go appease my wrath. He's mad and angry. This is what he's saying. Famine, make them hungry. No food. What does the Bible say about man who toils away in hunger? Worst death you could ever have. Read Lamentation. It's in the book of Lamentation. Man that dies of hunger, that's the worst death. Imagine you're not able to eat nothing today. You might be able to get away with it for one day. The next day, you're like, wait a minute. And you're like, wait a minute, man. I need something to eat, brother. I need something to eat. Okay, now you're coming upon 3 days. You're like, whoa. Whoa. You know, and then you get kind of testy, right? What, man? You know? And your sons and daughters are like, what's wrong, Dad? What do you mean, what's wrong? You ain't ate. You know, and they're crying, right? They didn't want food. And you're like, wait a minute, okay. The 4th day, 5th day. You're going to like, whoa. And then now you become a man on a mission. Food. That's all you want is food. You don't care if it's pork. You don't care what it is, right? That's what's going to happen. Wait and see. You're going to see how many people are going to start eating pork again because of lack of food. See, but remember, it said in your trial. See, that's where the test of your faith is at. You'll be tried like gold is tried. Okay? Understand? Remember when Antiochus Epiphanes brought pork into the temple and then tried to force the people to eat it? Some of our people, wicked as hell, ate it. But remember the ones that didn't eat it? It gives you in the scriptures. Read 2nd Esdras.
Second
Maccabees, sorry, right.
Second Maccabees 6.
Yeah, read 2nd Maccabees. They didn't eat the pork, and they were trying to force me. Eat this pork. Eat it, man. They said no. So of course they were tortured to death, but they didn't eat the pork. What, you don't think the Most High see that? See? In the resurrection, they're going to be given, you know what I'm saying? You know, a reward. Understand? That they really didn't expect. Right? Maybe they're part of 144,000 and you give them spiritual power and the kingdom, everything. What do you think's going to happen now in Jacob's trouble? Same thing. The Antichrist's going to come and he's going to test you and may try to make you eat pork. It's going to happen, brother. Why? Because it happened back then, it's not going to happen now? No, it's going to happen now too. And because you didn't eat for a whole week and he starts bringing that pork, and then what are you going to do? But the ones that the Most High said, we shall eat, they shall hunger, see? He'll preserve the ones who stand up and endure. You got to endure. It's going to happen again, brother. See, that vibration that the Antiochus Epiphanes had is going to be in the same leaders today. It's going to be in the same leaders. The vibration that Pharaoh had is going to be in the same leaders today. Vibration that Nebuchadnezzar had is going to be in the same leaders today. Herod had, same leaders today. It's coming back, coming back. It's all coming back. Real
Because
quick.
last night you was talking about that. Because I even know that this was 2 days before. When you go to pork in your shampoo,
Everything.
lotion, your lip liner, your eyeshadow,
Everything.
your mascara, your face powder,
So,
nail polish.
yeah, so what is that? The spirit of Antiochus Epiphanes coming back and, you know, but now it's system-wide. It's on everything. You know what I'm saying? It's in everything.
The sneakers.
Everything. Yeah, you can't even buy a pair of Air Jordans without pork. LeBron. You may do that. Go ahead, Cross LeBron. Finish that.
Verse 29. Fire and hail and famine and death.
See, same thing we're reading, right? Fire, hail, famine, death. So St. John is saying the same thing the Mosiah was showing the prophet that wrote, what's that, Ecclesiasticus?
Yes.
Right. Understand? It's on the same thing. Okay, it's the same thing, brother. Go ahead, Op.
All these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts.
Remember? Right? And he just read, brother, and with the beasts of the earth. In Revelation 6 and 8, right? And the beasts of the earth. So he just reading teeth of wild beasts. I mean, the Most High gonna turn a lot of these beasts, because the beasts gotta get some revenge too.
They gotta eat.
They gotta eat too. And when there's a scarcity of food and all that, they're gonna turn on the people. Right? You see the polar bear, there's no place for the polar bear to go because the seas, the polar ice caps are melting. So what's gonna happen? They're gonna start coming on land. They're gonna start eating people. And most are gonna start having them eat, you know, eat Esau, eat the Gentiles, eat them up. Shark attacks too. Right? Right, so all this is happening. Go ahead, Op.
And scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction.
Yeah, punishing the wicked to destruction. How about that? Was that it?
It goes a little further.
But that's the gist of it, right? Right. So, just showing you how these prophecies link up. So what the Mosiah showed the prophets back then, it's going to be played out again in these last days. And that's what the Mosiah was showing John on the island Patmos, and he wrote the book of Revelation. Same thing. Teeth of wild beasts, famine, pestilence, earthquakes in diverse places. Because when that happens, it brings death, and what happens? Your spirit come out of your body, you turn into pale horse, and then you have to go into hell. You have to get buried. That means it's going to be a lot of death. That's what the Most High is showing. Okay, come? It's going to be a lot of death. So that was it, right? There's the verse. Okay. So with that, Shabbat Shalom. You know I had more scriptures, but I don't want to.